Okay, I got in here behind this oil adapter. The gasket actually doesn't look too bad on this oil adapter. Since it's off, I'm gonna go ahead and change it. But what I found here was right in this area. See this section right here? I couldn't see that with the oil adapter on there. But here is some gasket. And that right there, where kind of that curve is in the gasket, this little chunk of gasket, that looks like right there where that bolt is, if that makes any sense. See that? And that just, when I was looking at this and kind of went up to touch it, it kind of fell down like that. Okay, that's the gasket. This gasket right here. It looks like here's where your leak is coming from, actually. It's in between the sump and the engine case. So at some point, someone was into this engine and boogered up the gasket, did not get the gasket set on the mating surface properly, on the mating surfaces of the sump. And this is the crankcase, the top part of the engine. Okay, so the sump is the bottom part. That's where all the oil is. And here's the crankcase. Okay, so that's what's going on there. I'm going to go ahead and reinstall this. And actually, after seeing this now, I'm going to kind of scrape this out here and clean this off and see if I could see any just active. It almost looks like an active leak coming from that right there. And so I probably misdiagnosed this, and it may not be this gasket here, this adapter gasket. It actually looks pretty good, nothing really wrong with it. But I'm going to put that new one on there since I got it off. And to me now, it's kind of looking like that area right here. Based on that gasket, you can almost see it kind of leaking as I'm talking about it right here. Let's see. Hitting it with a little cleaner. Wipe it down just a minute. All right, let's see if anything can actually... It's one of those leaks where you got to you almost have to dissect the machine a little bit, to be able to tell where that stuff's coming from. That's kind of why I delayed and earlier, because I wasn't exactly sure. Guess I was 99% sure on this one that it was just this gasket here, but apparently after seeing now that gasket material just hanging down, the gasket surface here is missing. I mean, it just wasn't completely didn't have that gasket. So that's what it's looking like. I can try to tighten this up just a little bit, and a little bit over here too. And there's another sump bolt over here. I'll try to tighten these three up, see if we can make a difference, and then put it back together. That looks like it's all I can do without actually removing the engine, flipping it upside down, taking the sump off, putting the proper gasket on, and then putting it back together.